If you're a creator like me and you need music for your videos, get 15% off your subscription to Soundstripe with my link below, and make your videos just that much better. You may have clicked on this video because you think I'm wrong and that YouTube is hard. Well, let me ask you this. If Mr. Beast or Mark Robert or Yes Theory had to start again from zero tomorrow, do you think that they'd be able to grow again? I'd put money on it. And how are there some people out there that run several successful YouTube channels when it's hard for most of us just to find success on one? And why do I feel like if I started again tomorrow, I'd be able to get back to where I am today? And no, it's not because I think I'm cool or special or something. The truth is that being a great content creator requires a specific set of skills and not a large amount of skills. People always talk about which tags they should be using, how to make great thumbnails, which are important but aren't gonna help you if you don't understand content fundamentals and like what keeps people watching. So this video is gonna teach you how to think like a creator. Let's get into it. This is Daniel Inskeep. He makes great videos about making money online and he's got around 100,000 subscribers, which is pretty good, but it's not even close to what his main channel has, Mango Street, with 1 million subscribers. And he runs that channel with his wife Rachel, who also has a second channel with around 100,000 subscribers. The important thing to note about their 3 channels and their YouTube success is that all 3 of them are in drastically different niches, and there was zero cross promotion between any of the channels. Even though they had 1 million subscribers, they didn't like shout it out or say go subscribe. It seems like they're just talented creators and they really know what people want, even in different niches. It's also important to mention that both their second channels were only started around 7 months ago. They definitely used a lot of knowledge they gained when they created that first channel to make their other channels. If you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that this was not my first channel either, and I had a gaming channel, so a different niche, and that one had around the same success as this one. So if growing on YouTube was so reliant on luck like a lot of people say it is or think it is, then what are the odds that Daniel and Rachel would have 3 successful channels between the 2 of them and that I myself would have, 2? So this advice is the knowledge you only learn from failing like over and over again. Number 1 is engage viewers. And obviously we want to keep our viewers entertained, but what's important to know is that different channels and different creators entertain their followers in different ways. And as a lot of us know, this is the most important thing on YouTube to keep people engaged, because YouTube tracks the average watch time of your videos, and if you have a high percentage of watch time, then YouTube's gonna start recommending your videos more. And so when I see a video that has a really low watch time, I already know that video is probably, it's done. It's not gonna grow, it's just gonna sit there and die. It's how YouTube decides if they want to promote the video more or not. Depending on what your personality is like, you'll find a way that's specific to you to keep people entertained. Nate O'Brien is a really good speaker, and sometimes he talks in his videos for 15 to 20 minutes without a cut, without an edit, with no music, nothing. He's just a good speaker, and it still remains entertaining is the thing. And I don't do that personally because I don't even think I would watch myself talk for 20 minutes straight with no editing or cuts. I'm just not on that level. Another YouTube creator, Gox Art, uses a lot of music and special effects, transitions, things like that to keep his viewers entertained.
What does it mean? Are we alright?
You couldn't see it coming, nearly gave up.
I'm not even interested in art at all, but I still watch every one of this guy's videos just because they're so good. There's no one thing that will solve everyone's, audience problem of keeping them entertained. Just from those 2 examples we looked at, Nate O'Brien and Gox Art, if Gox Art made a video in the Nate O'Brien style of just speaking to the camera to his fans, it just wouldn't get received as well because that's not what his followers are engaged by. Have you ever wondered why David Dobrik's vlogs are only 4 minutes? He said he could easily make them 10 and he thought about it in the past, but if he did that, all of the action-packed sequences and shots would be more spread out and more boring stuff would be filler footage, and overall it would lead to a less engaging video. I could just make this video a black screen and talk with a monotone voice and still get my point across, but it would be way less entertaining. I personally try to change the pace throughout these videos, have a lot of cuts in the right places, keeping it concise. I also try to be funny once in a while, I don't know if it works, and I use music to make you feel some type of way when watching the video. Audio matters, which is why you should check out Soundstripe below if you're looking for music for your videos to keep people engaged. It's where I get all my music from. So what are you gonna do to keep your viewers engaged? Because sometimes just talking isn't enough anymore, unless you're a Nate O'Brien. Number 2 is topics determine potential. You could make an amazing video, but if it's about a topic that not a lot of people know about or care about, it's just not gonna do well. You could make an insane documentary, for example, but what determines the success is what it's about. Some people do this and get away with it when they make, a video about seemingly nothing or a small topic and it goes huge and blows up, but it's pretty much a gamble to invest your time into making something about something that's not that well known, because you just have to hope that people see it and then decide that they want to learn something something new, and that's usually not the case. You want to attach your content or your topics to things that are bigger than you. For example, I've made videos about Vancouver, which is a pretty well-known city. A lot of people are searching for it. Daniel Inskeep, he made a video about the GameStop stock when that was huge, and it absolutely blew up his channel. When you decide your video topics, you're essentially deciding how big this video has the potential to be. So keep this in mind whenever you're brainstorming or writing down ideas, because if your goal is to grow your channel, you may not want to make videos on things that only 5,000 people know about, because then your potential audience is pretty low. And remember that even if you choose big, famous, large topics, if the video is not good, it's still not going to do well. You have to mix the two. Number 3 is watchability. Watchability is making your videos as easily watchable as possible. And you may think, well, people just have to click the video, that's pretty easy. But what I mean is the actual process of people watching your video and sitting there content and watching it all the way through. But what makes a video easily watchable? It's things like concise editing, good flow, level audio quality throughout the video, you know, good audio quality, smooth camera movements, and other things. And these are just things that keep people not thinking about the technical aspect of the video, like how it was filmed, but what the actual video is about. Because when you have things like long pauses that should have been cut out, or ups and downs in audio levels making people have to adjust their volume, or like intense camera shake, you know, those things distract viewers and make it harder for them to like stay focused on the video and just enjoy it. And this is exactly the reason so many YouTubers and like filmmakers spend so much money on their gear, even if it's only a little bit. I just dropped a bag on this lens actually, and you probably didn't even notice it was different. These tweaks, you know, good creators keep in mind when they're thinking of their audience and putting them first, like how can the viewing experience be as best as possible. It's also something that we rarely think about as viewers ourselves, and that means the creator did a good job. If you're watching a video and you're not thinking about, oh, I wonder what kind of microphone this guy's got set up, it doesn't sound that good. Because if you're solely focused on the video and not the errors of the creator, it's way easier to watch through. This doesn't mean you need to go upgrade your gear right now. It just means that over time, yeah, gear does matter, but only in small increments. And remember, it's not always gear. Sometimes you need to invest time into yourself to learn new editing techniques to make your videos better. Sometimes it's gear, sometimes it's editing, and sometimes it's your filming. Number 4 is titles should convince. Titles do two main things. One of them is tell the viewer, potential viewer, what the video is about, and the other tells them why they should click it. And that's the convincing part, the second one. Lots of people use only half the potential that titles have because they only mention in the title what the video actually is about, and not doing the second part, which is convincing them. Every title should have a why factor attached to it. It just gives people one more reason to possibly click on your video instead of another one. A great example of this is a video that I'll link below. Jake Frew made this video, Why Following Your Dreams Won't Make You Happy. Immediately we know this video is about following your dreams, and the why part of the title is telling us why it won't make us happy. And personally, it's the second part of that title that makes me want to click on the video because I'm curious. An example from my own channel is this video about Vancouver. I could have just titled this video Things to Know in Vancouver, but I added a bit more of a why when I said things I wish I knew before moving there. It makes the things seem more dramatic and severe, and also would bring people in who are thinking about moving here. If they see that title instead of another one that just says information about Vancouver, they're gonna click mine. I think it's way more convincing this way, so every time you're gonna title a video, whenever you have your idea, always think of a why factor that you could add to it. If you made it this far in the video, all I wanna ask you to do is subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and a lot of people that watch the channel don't actually subscribe to it, so I would appreciate it. And remember, if you're looking to engage your audience a little more, try adding some music, and if you're on the look for some music, use my link below and get that discount towards your Soundstripe subscription. Highly recommend it, great platform. I get all my music there and I love it. So leave that link below this video, and that's it for this week, so I will see you guys next week.